Hello and welcome to CNBC TV 18's High Life, your one-stop destination for transporting and the lifestyle you love to live. Join me as I spot the hottest trends in the world of food, fashion, fast cars, high-tech, even celebrities. I'm Sohila Bajaj and here is a glimpse of High Life. We have lots of exciting stuff coming up for the culinary enthusiast. We speak to founders of Culinary Culture, the biggest, most comprehensive venture launched in the food space in the history of India. We also caught up with Mauro Colagreco, celebrated as the world's greatest contemporary chef during his recent visit to India. All this coming right up. But first up, a look into the movers and shakers from around the world. Holi, the festival of colours, was recently celebrated across the country. Isha Ambani hosted a grand Holi party at her Mumbai residence. The who's who of Bollywood were all present. Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Nick Jonas, Katrina Kaif, Vicky Kaushal, Rajkumar Rao, Patra Lekha, Jacqueline Fernandez were all seen drenched in colour. So what did they wear? Most of them picked white, the usual Holi colour. No surprises there. Nick Jonas shared a very cute moment with his wife at the party. For all you Shah Rukh and Gauri Khan fans, filmmaker Subhash Ghai has shared a throwback video from a Holi party that he hosted way back in 2000 in Mud Island, Mumbai. Apart from videos of Shah Rukh Khan playing Holi enthusiastically, what gives us the feels is the clip of him and Gauri Khan sharing a moment and dancing together. Here's another couple whose video has gone viral. Jennifer Lopez and her beau Alex Rodriguez took the Flip the Switch challenge on TikTok, which shows the two switching clothes, with Jennifer landing in a suit and sunglasses while Rodriguez dons the tight white dress. Disney Plus is now live in India a full 18 days earlier than expected. Mere hours after Hotstar was rebranded to Disney Plus Hotstar and Disney Plus Originals, you can now stream everything from The Mandalorian to Marvel's Hero Project. That's in addition to content from Disney's back catalogue that was rolled out in the past 2 days, including the Marvel Cinematic Universe films. The wooden stage of the small Liverpool venue where the Beatles performed before they rocketed to fame is going up for auction, along with Paul McCartney's hastily scribbled notes for a studio recording of the hit Hey Jude. The stage and the lyrics are among 300 items of Beatles memorabilia being sold in New York on April 10th. If you're a Beatles fan, it's time to head to that auction. Billie Eilish's Bad Guy, a pounding song that pokes fun at distorted perceptions, was named as the top global single of 2019 by the record industry. Bad Guy, the fifth single from the 18-year-old American singer's first album, When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, was a hit across the world and the most listened to track of the year.
You're on your tippy toes creeping around like no one knows. Think you're
British adventurer Bear Grylls shared a new teaser for Discovery Channel's show Into the Wild featuring actor Rajnikant. He revealed that the 70-year-old veteran embraced every challenge thrown at him in the wild. After Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Rajnikant becomes the second Indian personality to be featured on Grylls' Survivor show. In some good news, Tiger Woods will be inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in its class of 2021. Woods has won 15 majors, second only to Jack Nicklaus's 18, and a joint record 82 times on the PGA Tour. The 44-year-old will be eligible for the Hall of Fame in December after the age of entry was lowered from 50 to 45. Don't we all love to take a look at how our favorite celebrities' children turn out once they grow up? Well, Shah Rukh and Gauri Khan's daughter Suhana has finally made her Instagram profile public. The popular star kid is currently studying acting at New York University and plans to make her Bollywood debut soon after her education is completed. With her raw talent and unfiltered style, Bollywood's upcoming star Sara Ali Khan is the newest JBL brand ambassador. Sara's announcement is particularly special as it celebrates her association with the brand through a new commercial that captures the imagination of the youth with high-octane graphics and words inspired by Gen Y. Veteran actor Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson have tested positive for the coronavirus in Australia. Hanks shared this news through his social media contacts. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has gone in self-isolation for 14 days after his wife Sophie Gregoire Trudeau tested positive for novel coronavirus. However, his office has assured the public that the Canadian Prime Minister is fine. The coronavirus has been called a pandemic, and Prince Charles has decided to ditch the handshake and greet his counterparts with a namaste, which happens to be a graceful gesture from India. It's not just Prince Charles, but French President Macron has also decided to follow suit. US President Donald Trump and Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar also greeted each other in the traditional Indian way of namaste at the White House on Thursday. In fact, Israel went a step further and has ordered all Israelis to stop shaking hands and suggested to follow the Indian custom of namaste instead. If you want to travel to another country during the times of Corona, you could take a leaf out of supermodel Naomi Campbell's fashion book. She wore a full hazmat suit to catch a flight with a mask and all. The latest casualty of the coronavirus is your favorite film festival, Cannes. The president of the Cannes Film Festival has said that the 2020 edition will be cancelled if the coronavirus outbreak worsens, but at present he is reasonably optimistic it will go ahead. So keep those fingers crossed. Celebrity chef Gaggan Anand, food columnist Veer Sanghvi and PE investor Sain have come together to form Culinary Culture, the first of its kind rating and grading system for chefs and restaurants in India. Mangalam Malu caught up with all three to find out more.
Before we talk about why all of you all are together, the big question everywhere is what exactly is happening because of coronavirus. That's more current right now. And are you seeing reservations being cancelled at the new Gaggan Anand restaurant?
I think, yeah, I mean, the whole Asia is suffering and it's more fear than phobia. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's just a pneumonia and it attacks people with a weaker immune system. But then the thing is, you guys give wrong breaking news. You don't show the flowers are blooming. You're saying that how many people are dying. I mean, we have more motorcycle accident deaths in Thailand every day than one death that has happened in the last 3 months. So it's fear and phobia and how people live with it. So I think it's, if you look at it negatively, it's the wrong time to travel. Look at positively, it's the best time to travel. You get the best rates, you get the best hotels, and you get the best food.
Well, Samir, you're a PE guy. Why would you invest in something that is pro bono?
Well, it's really not an investment. So Culinary Culture, as you know, we have, most of our businesses are for profit, but we also have a foundation called the Everstone Foundation, where we do a lot of philanthropic work. We are actually going to be funding Culinary Culture through the foundation. So it's not for profit. It's our way of giving back to the food industry where we've done well. It's our way of putting Indian food on the map. And so I really don't look at it as an investment, just like I don't look at funding a children's school as an investment.
You've been the last word on food as far as I'm concerned in India. You've dabbled with investing in a couple of these startups, Easy Diner, etc. What's the value proposition that you found here?
I thought that Easy Diner is a very simple value proposition. It's just a reservation service. This one is bigger than anything anyone has ever tried. The intention when Samir and I first met was to create the new establishment. When it came to food, you wouldn't have to waste time on all those paid for awards. There would be one credible way of judging it. When it came to pop-ups, to great chefs coming, it wouldn't be these mom and pop operations where little chefs who nobody heard of would come and cook in India. The idea was, let's get the best. And nobody does very much for our own chefs. They don't have their own awards. They're never sent abroad. They never learn. And the street food guys, who I feel very passionate about, get the worst deal of all. So when you have something like this with a generous investor who's not looking for a quick return, you'd be crazy to turn it down.
For how long do you want to sustain this, considering it's also not for profit? And what exactly is the end game out here? Be the Michelin of India if you must.
The journey is the end game. The journey is the destination. We want to put Indian food on the map globally. We want Indian chefs to be recognized. And we want to create our own system. I don't think we need to worry about Michelin or worry about 50 Best. That's great. They're great global institutions. We have our own institutions, and Culinary Culture will be the greatest Indian institution when it comes to food.
These are foreign institutions. They were not made for India. India is a completely different domestic market. I mean, you cannot compare an apple to a banana. So the thing is, this is more domestic. Nobody more than Veer understands India better than food. I understand India food in a different way, and he's doing businesses in India. So we understand an Indian, an average commoner Indian.
You're the financier. You're going to be the mentor on food. What's your role, Veer?
Passenger.
Interesting. One more thing that really stands out is that a lot of people in India, or perhaps world over, recognize word of mouth or user-led reviews as something which is important and something that hits home, because the average Joe has eaten, experienced, and reviewed that place. On the one hand, you have all these tech apps that do that, and on the other, you have these guys, Culinary Culture. How do you all weigh that in?
Let me answer that. It's what you do, right? Why don't we just have everybody broadcast their own news and say whatever they think makes sense? What you give is unbiased, you add credibility, you add some expertise, and you put a perspective that is intelligent overlaying what is general information. So that's exactly what we're going to do. You know, for me, I may think Burger King is the best place to go to have a burger, but that's my view. But maybe experts will think differently. And so that's really the point of having a platform like Culinary Culture.
And there's no revenue whatsoever in this?
We haven't thought of one. I think it's Sameer's view originally was, let's not even talk about revenue for 2 years. Obviously, there will be opportunities, but whatever revenue comes, we'll go back into the business to grow it and to expand it. None of this is doing this to go home a millionaire. Sameer already is a billionaire, but for the rest of us, no way.
All right, so with that, let's talk about food. Gaggan, at this point in time, from your perspective, what do you think of Indian food and Indian chefs in particular?
Oh, you want a good answer or a bad answer?
I want an honest answer.
Honest answer, that's a very bad answer. I think Indian chefs are programmed to deceive. They are programmed to tell people that you are supposed to be in a restaurant, I'm the cook, but I'm not cooking for you. But I'm supposed to be cooking for you. And that is a very wrong approach. So the pride in the food that he doesn't cook doesn't come from the heart. So the whole deceiving factor goes to the wrong messaging to the person that, oh, I am eating this chef's food, but his hands have never touched my food, or his thoughts have never touched my food. So this is where we lack communication of passion from the chef to the food. And what I think is in India has extremely good opportunity because we are passionate. We are the only country in the world who cooks in home, where you ask any woman in the house, I want to buy an apartment, the first thing, how big is the kitchen? But you go and ask an international woman, say, how big is the wardrobe? How big is the toilet? So our things are coincidentally with food. And we are in this era where we are in the threat that food, being the most human thing, is being deleted in homes. And we're eating out. So how do restaurant industry changes to that? How do we adapt to sustainability of a restaurant? How do we make regional, seasonal products more exotic than buying something from France or Europe? So these are the things that we really think the industry has to work upon. And I think that's how we motivate those who are doing to show. Because what are these awards? These awards create a trend. And the trend from the winners will pass on to the next generation. And I think that's my mentor.
What do you think is going to be the most definitive trend of this decade?
People not cooking at home, but people ordering food from outside. In many ways, that's dangerous, both for homes and for chefs, because at the moment, people are ordering food from restaurants. In no time at all, they'll be ordering food from anonymous cloud kitchens, where food is not made to any great standard. There is no attempt to raise the bar. So what bloggers have done to your job and my job, what social media has done, I think the cloud kitchens will do to chefs.
So Sameer, is there a plan in place then to maybe standardize your sort of approval ratings or your ratings itself for the anonymous cloud kitchens as well?
No plans. We are focused on chefs. We are focused on restaurants. They may deliver or not, that's up to them. What we're not focused on is food factories. We're focused on art. We're not so focused on science.
That's exactly where I'll take it from. When they get the guy, I amplify his talent. That's my job. I will give opportunity to those who deserve it, not the ones who are begging for it.
You've seen India transform from outside. You've seen the scene evolve as well. Do you think the time is ripe for perhaps you to come back home and maybe open an outlet here?
Oh, this is, where we are sitting. It was supposed to be my restaurant. Oh. So, ironically, sarcastically, or whatever you say. I mean, I don't know. I'm a guy with rock and roll attitude, so I cannot tell. I tell something and don't do it, and then I don't tell and then I do it. So let me be mystery.
Let me be mystery. Where's the tour bus going next?
I don't know. It's a joyride. We don't have a direction. And it goes where my mind goes. That's it.
Is there any other Indian chef who you think is close to Gaggan? so that all of
There
us
are
don't have to go
many great Indian chefs for whom I have huge admiration and respect, but they are on planet Earth. Gaggan Anand is another planet.
Welcome back to CNBC TV 18's High Life. Masters of Marriott, along with Culinary Culture, India's largest food platform, recently hosted a decadent culinary experience with celebrated chef Mauro Colagreco of the acclaimed restaurant Mirazur. We caught up with the industry doyen to find out exactly what's cooking. Welcome to India.
Thank you.
So, what brings you to India this time?
That is a fantastic event who we make here in Bombay in the Marriott Hotel with Culinary Culture. We make a pop-up of Mirazur. It's our first time here in India for one event like this, who we bring really the whole experience of Mirazur.
You've been to India before?
I was once, but not in Bombay. Bombay is the first time, so I was in New Delhi and then in Udaipur, who was a very nice discovery for me. I came with a lot of expectation because Indian cuisine is something for a chef, it's something so strong and so inspiring. But it was higher than my expectations.
What did you eat?
I eat plenty of dish, the dal, the rice biryani with the lamb and the onions, the chicken who you cook in the tandoori, chicken tandoor. So nice.
Tell me now, Mirazur has been awarded 3 Michelin stars in 2019. You were named the best restaurant in the world in 2019, which is the first for a French chef. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I recently interviewed Marco Pierre White.
Yes.
And when I asked him that why did you give your awards back, the Michelin stars back, he said that the journey to getting them was exciting. But once he got them, it became boring. So how do you feel about that?
No, I feel it's the beginning, of course. The opposite side of Marco, I think. I believe we need to keep our passion and to keep fresh, even when you reach the highest position of the gastronomy. And I so young, so it's the beginning for me.
So how do you keep your passion alive?
When I start to cook, I didn't know Michelin star because I'm born in Argentina, and in Argentina didn't exist Michelin star. So, and I start to cook by passion, totally by passion.
So no training?
No, and so I keep this focus.
And what would you say? You're from Argentina. That's probably what your taste buds are like. How do you incorporate that into French food?
So I don't believe in the borders. I believe more in the emotions of the cuisine. So it's how I interpret my own style without a nationality. So of course you have my memories, my flavors of my children age, but I try to make something new.
And at such a young age, you're already called the greatest contemporary chef in the world. So where does one go from there?
So now it's a new step for us, but totally exciting. We start to make works on the restaurant for build a lab kitchen for keep this creativity and work more focused on the new dish. We'll open a bakery next month, who is extremely exciting for us because it's a totally new concept. We make with own flour with very old varieties of wheat.
Lovely.
So yes, I'm very excited with this project.
Chef, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to India. Hope you have a great time and we hope to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of High Life. I will see you next week, same place, same time. Till then, please take care and keep living the high life.